enchantment and nightmares. It's Free Leonard Peltier. We are all doing time with the wisdom of the Native Americans, setting the record straight with Wanbli.
With this parole commission hearing coming up, it is important, so very, very important, that we get letters out to the Parole Commission. Now, you can write them at the United States Parole Commission, 5550 Friendship Boulevard, Suite 420, Chevy Chase, Maryland, 20815-7286. That's the United States Parole Commission, 5550 Friendship Boulevard, Suite 420, Chevy Chase, Maryland, 20815-7286. And reference Leonard Peltier, number 89637-132. Point out to the commissioners when you write your letter that you understand the seriousness of what happened that day and the total tragedy for everyone concerned for what happened that day. Point out also that Leonard Peltier has been in prison for 33 years. Point out also that he has been a model prisoner for over 30 years. Point out also that he was attacked in prison in January and beaten by young punks. Point out also that he will be 65 on his birthday in September. Point out also that he has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize the last 6 years in a row. Point out also that he has won many, many humanitarian awards. Point out also that they have the ability to rule above or below the line. They will know what you're talking about. They will know what you're talking about. Point out Leonard Peltier has done very much good work while in prison and will continue to do more good work for the society if he was out of prison. And ask him, this is Leonard's own request, this is his words to ears that were passed to me. Ask him to parole him to home confinement. He will settle for that. He wants out. He wants to be able to talk about his life, explain his point of view. He hasn't been able to give an interview in over a decade. He's a medium security prisoner, 1 point away from being a minimum security prisoner, being held in a max security pen where he can't even give interviews. We want him out. So if you would, write to that parole commission at the United States Parole Commission, 5550 Friendship Boulevard, Suite 420, Chevy Chase, Maryland, 20815-7286. Now the lawyers will be bringing out, when they present the case, 20 constitutional violations that occurred in Leonard's case. We don't want our supporters to try to bring out 22 violations in their letter to the Parole Commission. We'd like you to write the letters that we've circulated as form letters. Even better, take the form letter, look at it, put it into the words from your own heart, and write it.
Wanbli, the way you described the security, and the isolation of Leonard, considering, his age, it's almost, it reminded me of Rudolph Hess, who they kept in a prison in England or Scotland all by himself for Wales, and then they finally had to wring his neck, because the public exposure was too great, and they just couldn't let out the story. The story was too great that it was actually England was responsible for Nazi Germany to a large degree, along with Chase Manhattan Bank and the Bush family. But anyway, so they got this hot potato. The truth is, maybe people should call and say, hey, okay, so you all think Leonard really did it. Okay, you believe that in your heart. Then just would you have mercy? Would you all be benevolent and greater than the greatest? The greatest form of justice. Yeah, the greatest form of justice is mercy. So could you consider being the greatest?
And that's what we're trying to the point we're trying to push.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the parole commission even assessing guilt or innocence. That's already been done by the court system.
Yeah.
That's why I said they have the right to, and their leeway, they can rule above or below the line. And this is talking about mercy. Exhibit mercy. Exhibit mercy. And I hope those parole commissioners look at each other and wonder which one of them has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for the last 6 consecutive years. Also hope they look at what's happened to the Parole Commission since May 26th, when the head of the Parole Commission resigned underneath a scandal of a person serving a life sentence who was going to be paroled, and some back avenue work happened, and the man is still in prison. And now there is a big investigation going on over it, and there's a new parole commissioner. The new parole commissioner, President Obama appointed after this resignation and this scandal, and the new parole commissioner lectures on ethics and law enforcement at the University of Washington, D.C. So we have high hopes that this parole commissioner will understand the unethical things that have happened in this case and rule above the line in this case. And if he can't do that, then he can actually just simply say, let's show mercy. Let's show mercy. This man is partially blind, has diabetes and a heart condition and high blood pressure. He was attacked. And the FBI has stated he will not get out of prison alive. If that happens, my friend, if that happens, things will happen that they don't want to do.